so beneficial to God's kingdom and serving the community and healing people and seeing the dead raised, and just wonderful things were going on. And you know, suddenly he's confronted by the Pharisees, the religious groups, who were saying that Herod had an issue with Jesus. And so let me read for you from Luke chapter 13, verse 31 to 33. At that time, some Pharisees came up, saying to him, "Go away and depart from here, for Herod wants to kill you." And he said to them, "Go and tell that fox, behold, I cast out demons and perform cures today and tomorrow, and the third day I reach my goal. Nevertheless, I must journey on today and tomorrow and the next day, for it cannot be that a prophet should perish outside of Jerusalem." So while Jesus is having this really effective ministry down in the Galilee, you know, there's just amazing miracles that are happening. And the Pharisees come to him and said, hey, you better get out of here because Herod wants to kill you. And Jesus knows that no one could be trusted that was around him, that was giving him advice. And so he said, well, you speak to that fox Herod. Now, first off, he's letting him know that he knows that they've got access to Herod. Otherwise, they wouldn't know that Herod had a plot against him. And he also knows that even though Herod hated them and they hated Pharaoh, they both hated Jesus more. Well, Herod was really quite a bit afraid of anyone who was powerful. So Jesus is letting him know, listen, I know that you all are on the same page here. But Jesus is saying, but I'm going to move on God's timetable. I'm not going to respond to people around me that are just giving me all kinds of fearful news. And so let me say the same thing to you. The only thing you need to do today is just do what God asks you to do. There's a lot of voices that say, oh, you know, if you go that direction, you're jeopardizing your future, your opportunities, or whatever it might be. You're being ridiculous. And it's just like, hey, man, I'm on God's timetable. And I love what Jesus says here. You know what? I'm going to continue to do what I'm doing today and tomorrow. I'm going to do what God asked me to do. And on the third day, I'll reach my goal. Well, what does that mean? It means I'll be in Jerusalem. Well, that's kind of what Herod wanted, and that's kind of what the Pharisees wanted, because there was a stronger network of people around that hated Jesus. They all wanted him in Jerusalem, but Jesus was saying, listen, that's going to be me reaching my goal. I love the way he said that, because his goal was to get to the cross. His goal was to die for the sins of the entire world. So, you know, I know as you're serving the Lord, there's a lot of voices. Only listen to the voice of God, and you will reach your goal. You will accomplish what God has called you to accomplish. And in that word today, I want you to know that when God speaks to you, don't doubt, don't fear, continue every day to do what God calls you to do. And when your goal is reached, you're going to bring glory to God.